Hello, hello, thanks for stopping by. I haven't done a pickups video in a little bit, so I thought I would give one a go. I've been collecting some items over the past month or so, and some stuff has arrived, so I thought I would share. Let's get off to it. First, I got a couple of NES games. Now, I picked up a copy of Bart vs. the Space Mutants, and I know this one is generally considered to not be that great of a game. But what I do know is I have much worse games, and this one can't possibly be as bad as some of those other ones. So I was happy to get this one at a pretty good price. Got a copy of Mission Impossible. I think this isn't supposed to be a good game either. I don't think it's branded to any of the movies, but I'll give it a go anyway and see where it takes us. I got myself a copy of Jeopardy. I kind of thought I had this already, but it turns out I had a different version. Boring, straight up old Jeopardy. You should know exactly what you're getting with a game like this. Got a couple of PS3 games too. I got myself a copy of Wolfenstein. And to be honest, I kind of thought I had this already on a newer console, but there have been a bunch of different Wolfenstein games, so this one actually was different when I got up close and started looking at it. It was a pretty good price, and the case was in great shape with a manual, so I didn't want to pass this one up. It's a first-person shooter, of course, of Wolfenstein fame. So I'm happy to get another Wolfenstein in the collection. I've liked every game I've played in this series so far. Looking forward to see what the PlayStation 3 has to offer. I finally tracked down an inexpensive copy of Bionic Commando. This was originally a game that I played on the NES way back, and they eventually made a PS3 version, or maybe it's not fair to call it a version. It's the latest iteration in the series. Anyways, PS3 game. It looked really good. I seem to remember enjoying the trailers that I saw for it, so happy to find this one at a good price. I think I paid like $7 or $8 for it. You're a guy with a giant bionic arm, and I'm pretty sure there's a cable gun involved, which should be pretty fun. I managed to find an Xbox 360 game at GameStop. I found CSI Hard Evidence. I didn't even know this game existed, and then I found it on a rack at a GameStop of all places. It was a clean copy and in great shape. How could I not jump on this? This is fantastic. I know these aren't very, what's the word I'm looking for? Exciting games in terms of action. It's a slow point-and-click type of searching that goes on with a game like this. I've reviewed one already, I think. And I just like this style of game, I really do. It's interesting, and I'm a fan of the show. So to find a clean copy of a 360 game for, I think it was $10, I am on board. I also got a couple of Xbox One games in the past few weeks. I got a game called Cinemora X. This is some sort of a space-scrolling shoot-'em-up that looked pretty interesting, and it was a really decent price, so I'm always happy to get a new shooter into the collection. Found a game called Frostpunk. Frostpunk is some sort of I guess you call it a survival game, but I believe you're running a city. It's like one of the last cities on the planet, and the cold weather is getting worse, and you got to keep people alive. So I guess you'd call this a survival simulation science fiction game, maybe? I don't know. I guess it's part survival, and it's I don't know. Maybe calling it a simulation is too close of a description. But it looked pretty interesting, and the graphics looked great, so it was a good deal. I also got a game called Close to the Sun. This is a first-person sort of adventure. The graphics look great in this one. It looks more like a mystery as opposed to like a first-person shooter, but the graphics look fantastic on the box, so I was pretty interested in getting this one. I also picked up a PlayStation 4 game. I got a game called Song of Horror. It's got a little slipcase with it, and it's some sort of a first-person-y horror adventure. Don't know much about it, except it's got an interesting title, and it looks pretty cool in the box. I got a couple of Nintendo Switch games as well. I got a game called Dark, the Complete Edition. This is some sort of a dream, nightmare-scape-ish type of a game. It looked pretty interesting, and the price was right, so I picked myself up a copy. I finally found Five Nights at Freddy's. I got the core game, and I also got Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. These are both for Switch, obviously. They weren't that expensive, and it's a game that I've been wanting to look at for a long time because this came out some years back, and it was a lot of buzz around it. People, for some reason, loved this game, and I never gave it a second thought. So I got it. I've already popped in the core version. I still don't understand exactly what's going on. It is certainly a horror game, but it's one of those games where you really need to be patient, apparently, and you're busy flipping through cameras and being patient and listening to what might be happening. I don't know, it's like a nightmare Chuck E. Cheese, really. It looked interesting, and these games were at a good deal, so happy to get them in the collection. I also got a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Now, this is a bit bittersweet, because I'm a huge fan of these games. I have them on PlayStation 1, and I've been playing them for years now, and to get an updated version on the Switch, which means you can take it portable, is great, except it's a huge download to get the game. So the entire game isn't on the chip, and that sort of speaks to just the way games are these days. It's unfortunate you can't get a full game on a chip or a disc anymore. Everything has to have a patch or a huge download, and I hate that. If I put this game in my collection and I don't use it for 4 or 5 years, is it going to be usable at that point? What if they shut the servers down? What if the updates aren't going out? Can I still play the game? I don't know. I guess that's a different subject to talk about, but happy to get it, but it's still a bit, I don't know, it's a bit sad at the same time. I think the big thing that was awesome that came in the mail, something I ordered a year ago, I finally got my Analog Pocket. It's a handheld system. I ordered this a year ago. With all the chip shortages based on the current marketplace, yeah, it took this long to get to me. But it came in just the other day. I took the plastic off already, and I've opened the box, and I've given it a look, but I haven't powered it on yet. It's gorgeous. It's heavier than I expected, actually. And truthfully, I'm more interested in getting this thing plugged into a dock and playing these on screen and then capturing the footage. But for that to happen, I had to order a dock station as well. And when I ordered this, they were in 2 separate orders. My dock station order isn't expected to come in until the end of the year. So, well, until that arrives, I just have the handheld. Yeah, it's usable, it's playable and stuff, but, I kind of wish I'd be able to plug it into a screen already. Still, it's really nice looking. It feels really great in your hands, and I'm looking forward to seeing what games I can plug into it. I guess coming out of the box, all the Game Boy Advance games are available. I got a couple of Game Boy Advance games I'd like to play, so, this should be fun. Well, that's all I had today for pickups. It's stuff I've been collecting for a few months. We're getting closer to flea market and yard sale season where I am, so I don't know, maybe I'll get some more stuff in the next couple of weeks. I guess we'll see. If this is your type of video, please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff, and thank you so much for watching. Hope to catch you on another video.